The self-proclaimed best boxer of the UFC is fighting this weekend. Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria, UFC 308, and it's a rough fight for Max. I'll be really honest here. I think Max Holloway versus Topuria is a really rough fight, and Topuria has the skills to beat Max. I think it's a dominant performance by Topuria if Max doesn't use the attributes he has. I think there is a path for victory for Max, but he has to be perfect. He has to follow the right game plan. I made a game plan for Max. I don't know if he's going to follow it, but I think if he follows this game plan, I think he should win in the fight. Like I said, he has the attributes, he has the size advantage. I think Max can pull this off. Max Holloway has to follow a strict game plan. The game plan is don't stop moving. He needs to fight like what Volk did in the first fight with Topuria. The first round, Volk was doing the right things. The only problem I have to tweak Max and Volk is he has to have more authority on his shots, because Volk was running away from the shots, leaning back, and he was eventually going to get to the fence. Max can't get to the fence. I mean, he has to stay away from the cage at all costs. He needs to use that jab, but have a little bit of authority, unlike Volk. Like, Max is a long guy. Obviously, they have the same reach, but Max is taller, so he's going to have to reach. He can lean back a bit more than Volk. Short combinations. Don't do too much long combinations. That's a bad idea. Don't get too greedy, and Topuria is just going to hunt you down. He has that high boxing gun. It's going to hit a clean shots. Stay in range. Keep moving. Roll with the punches. Max cannot stay still. Roll the punches. Don't plant your feet and try and hit power shots on Topuria. You're running to his game. You need to move. Similar how he fought Justin Gaethje. He was moving a lot, circling out of the fence, not getting caught. You can't be doing that with Topuria. The difference is Topuria doesn't swing as much as Gaethje. He kind of like hunts you down. Like, he cuts corners. So you need to hit and run, stick and move, kind of like what the old boxers did. The only difference is you need to have, like I said earlier, some authority with that jab, the 1-2, the 1-2-3. I don't want Max to be using long combinations like he normally does. Staying in a pocket, that's really dumb. You cannot do that. You need to jab and move. I can't say this enough. You need to jab and move, Max. And I think one time he was greedy with Justin Gaethje. I think it was round 4. He got dropped unofficially. He got dropped by a few other guys. You need to not be greedy. Max needs to stay in range, stay out of boxing range, because that's Topuria's world. If you're in the pocket, you're kind of screwed. If you're stuck in a fence, you kind of have to clench up with Topuria. You don't want to trade. Volk, the only problem is Topuria, when he fought Volk, Volk tried to, when he got caught in the fence clenching up, I think he had a tie clench, and Topuria just ripped the body. I think Max needs to get underhooks on Topuria and just angle out and let go. You can't just get the tie clench over the head, because Topuria is just gonna rip the body. So Max needs to stay away from the fence, stay in range. I think use the kicks he has. I think Max needs to stay in range, because Topuria doesn't have that much weapons. Max is a large guy. When Topuria fought Jai Herbert in round 1, Topuria was having terrible luck. He couldn't hit Jai Herbert the whole time. Jai Herbert's a large guy. He's bigger than Max, but they're still big, both guys. Max needs to take advantage of the range he has on Topuria. Jai Herbert can do it, and I think Max can do it. Max is a lot more skilled than Herbert. Obviously, he's a bit smaller, but like I said, same game plan as Jai Herbert in the first round. Second round, Jai Herbert tried planting down, trading with Topuria, and we all know what happened. Max Holloway needs to take advantage of Ilia Topuria's boxing stance. Topuria has a bladed, front foot heavy boxing stance. Since all his weight's in the front foot, it's really hard to check the kicks, so Topuria just doesn't check it. Every little while, he does pull the foot back just to avoid the leg kicks, but in general, he doesn't check the kicks. Josh Emmett landed leg kicks anytime he wanted on Topuria, and Topuria didn't check any kicks on Josh Emmett. So Max Holloway can't beat Ilia Topuria by the leg kicks. So he just has to spam that leg kick. Topuria is not going to check it. Try and damage your leg as much as possible. He also needs to bring back that oblique kick he does. It's not like oblique kick like John Jones, but he has kind of like a side kick, but downwards when he fought Calvin Kattar. So that, he doesn't throw a lot of power, but just to keep the range, he brings every kick he has. He needs to be kicking Ilia Topuria. The spin kick, if he's able to, throw the head kick. We've seen in the past, so Topuria is vulnerable to the head kick. So just throw it out there. Just throw as much kicks to keep the range as possible. You need to put authority on Topuria so he doesn't back you up. Do not try and knock Ilia out. The knockout will come if it happens, but you don't want to sit down and try and trade with Ilia. I think I said this before, but I really need Max not to do that. He got caught with that way before when he fought Justin Gaethje, like I said before, but do not sit on the shots. Don't be greedy. Just stick and move. I have to say this so many times. I don't want Max to overcommit and get too greedy where he normally throws lots of bang bang dip, bang bang dip. That's how he has to fight. The last thing is don't engage in a grappling with Ilia. Ilia is a better grappler than Max. he actually comes from a wrestling background. His jiu-jitsu is nasty. Ilia has good submissions. If you remember, before the UFC, Ilia was actually known for his jiu-jitsu submissions, not his knockout power. But in the UFC, he developed good knockouts. So Max cannot get in the ground. I think Max can actually get up. If Ilia engages on the wrestling, I think Ilia can actually take Max down. But I don't think he can hold Max down. Max was able to get up from Volkanovski. His ability to get up from takedowns is a lot better. So I think Max can survive that. Just avoid the ground at all costs. You have good takedown defense. I think Max should be fine unless he gets rocked, and then even Oliveira got submitted when he gets rocked. So when he gets rocked is a different story. But I think Max can survive the grappling exchanges from Ilia. I think if Max followed these key points I'm pointing out, I think Max has a really high chance of beating Ilia Topuria. If you don't agree with me, comment down below why you think Max wins even without these points, or comment down below why you think Ilia Topuria wins. I'm really curious on this fight. It's a great fight. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.